Hello. Hello and welcome to Military Mayday. We're pointing out a few pieces on the chessboard. Got a couple of articles we're going to go through today. One of them is Putin urges U.S. to push Ukraine to talks, hints at a swap reporter. This is during the Carlson interview. It's a long article. We're going to hit and miss on some places of it that kind of important, who he was talking about. Pentagon and SpaceX responds to reports of Russia using Starlink. Now, this has happened before. They've tried to shut it down. I guess now they found a new route to get in there. I mean, there's more than just Starlink out there anyway, but this will be a way to go after Ellen and make it look like he's a freedom fighter. For that, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Russian President Vladimir Putin used an interview with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson to urge Washington to recognize Moscow's interest and persuade Ukraine to sit down for talks. Putin also said Russia stands ready to negotiate a potential prisoner exchange that would free Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, who was detained last March on espionage charges he denies, and hinted that Moscow wants the release of its agent imprisoned in Germany. So they've got one in Germany, they've got one here. Most of the interview released Thursday focused on Ukraine and the war nearly the 2-year mark. Putin repeated the claim. Yeah, if you watch it. Putin pointed out that Zelensky's refusal to conduct talks with the Kremlin. He argued that it's Washington to stop supplying Ukraine with weapons and convince Kyiv, which he called U.S. satellite, to sit down for negotiations. Yeah. That's what he wants because he's not ready to take on U.S. and U.S. is just going to keep supplying and pushing him, supplying and drawing him out. He knows it. It was Putin's first interview with the Western media figures since his full-scale invasion of Ukraine 2 years ago. I'm surprised they don't have more interviews with Russian president. He appointed a man to a man imprisoned in a U.S. allied country for liquidating a bandit who killed Russian soldiers during the fighting in the Caucasus. And this is who we're talking about here. Said he acted on the orders of Russian federal authorities who provided him with a false identity, a fake passport, and resources to carry out the hit. So who this is Vadim, a Russian serving life sentence after being convicted of a 2019 brazen daylight killing of Zlatan Tornik, a 40-year-old Georgian citizen of Chechen ethnicity. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more to that story. I don't even know if I've even read about that or not. I think I remember something about it. The Wall Street Journal reaffirmed in a statement that Gershkovich is a journalist and a journalism is not a crime, adding that any portrayal to the contrary is total fiction. We're encouraged to see Russia's desire for a deal that brings Evan home, and we hope this will lead to his rapid release and return to his family in our newsroom, it said. Well, he's throwing some things out there, a few trades. Nothing will happen, though. It won't go through. Well, very interesting. He wants that guy back, I'll tell you that. Pentagon and SpaceX respond to reports of Russia using Starlink. The U.S. Department of Defense and Elon Musk have reacted to a recent claim reported by Newsweek, among others, that Starlink internet terminals were being shipped and deployed in Russia via Middle Eastern intermediary. Ukraine soldiers have claimed that Russia's military has begun using Elon Musk's satellite communication network in Ukraine, with their accounts being quoted by journalists in the country. Now, personally, I would make sure that they got them, but I would make sure and backdoor them. That way I would know what they're doing the whole time. Newsweek probably wasn't even supposed to know about this. The claims have sparked outrage among pro-Ukrainian figures on social media, with some also pointing to Musk's alleged restricting of Kyiv's using Starlink in the occupied regions, including Crimea. In response to a newsletter email, the Pentagon declined to comment. They begin to deliver Starlink in mass via Dubai. Accounts are activated. They work in the occupied territories. One of these soldiers with the X handle, referring to the 4 regions of Ukraine that were illegally annexed by Russia in the fall of 2022. Let's see. Starlink is not active in Russia, meaning the service will not work in the country. SpaceX has never sold or marketed Starlink in Russia, nor has it shipped equipment to locations in Russia. If Russia stores are claiming to sell Starlink for service in that country, they are scamming their customers. Starlink does not operate in Dubai. Starlink cannot be purchased in Dubai, nor does SpaceX ship there. Additionally, Starlink has not authorized any third-party intermediaries, resellers, or distributors of any kind to sell Starlink in Dubai. U.S. government is yet to comment on the reports. However, a Pentagon spokesperson told Newsweek, "While we are aware of the reporting, we have no statement to provide." So it doesn't work there yet. Newsweek is claiming that they're using it there. Could they be bouncing it off of some other location? And then again, why the hell go through all that trouble? Is this a true story? Is it bogus? Is it disinformation to hurt Ellen? I don't know. You tell me. Till next time. Like, subscribe, and toodaloo.